My name is Arun. I'm solutions architect with Novintech, which is one of the best organization to work with. And today we are going to talk about MS Security Copilot, getting familiar with. So that is the next topic in the module. So let's get started. So we all understand as of now, we have seen a lot of chat GPT, OpenAI, and a lot of NLM, right? So we understand this Copilot is a AI powered assistant which is designed for security professionals, right? So that's why it's a security Copilot. So we can say it is AI powered security assistant, security Copilot, because Copilot itself is a AI, artificial AI or open AI, but this is trained on or specialized in cybersecurity. So that's why it is for security professionals, right? Makes sense? Yes. So we could think it as a helper or as chatbot which understand cybersecurity, and we can talk to him. We can get a lot of information with the help of Copilot through our security products, right? We will understand all these things, what we can do with the help of this Copilot or security Copilot. Okay, so let's try to understand that what all we can do with the security Copilot. So this is for, we understood, for security assistant. So let's suppose there is an analyst, a security analyst. How this guy, or what this guy can do, what all this guy can do with the help of security Copilot. That's what we need to understand. So, because there must be some things, some benefits, some things that it can help us with. Only that is the reason, like we are paying for this, we are using it, right? So the very first thing is it can help us in incident response. Now, if you're wondering how, so it will make your job easy because it has access to all the data, and you can simply ask question in English, simple English, and it will give you the answers, rather you going through all the logs and figuring out what happened. For example, there is an alert, let's suppose, which says there is a suspicious sign in, either through from a country, or maybe on an ID like a user named Jack. So you can simply ask Copilot, what happened with the user Jack, what is this incident is all about, right? So it will reply, rather you going into the XDR and checking everything, the Copilot itself will reply. It's something like there is an unusual activity happened on this account, or trying to access from the unusual location at certain time. It will show the IP address which belongs to any country, or simultaneously it will recommend you what to do next. You can block the user, you can reset the password, or you can enable the MFA. So what it is doing, it explain the event, what you should do next, and it will also help you understand who is affected, how it is affected, what kind of issue it is. Oh, all this is happening while you are chatting, just like in chat GPT, but in chat GPT it is all about the world knowledge. In security Copilot, you are only this Copilot is only getting that information from your security products. So the very first is incident response. The second is script and log analysis. Yes, this can help us in our script. For example, there is a complicated script or logs, and you are unable to get what exactly it is, or maybe it will take a lot of time for you to understand. You can simply ask Copilot, what does this script do? And Copilot will reply something like, disables antivirus, or opens a connection to a suspicious external server, or downloads a file, whatever the script is doing, right? So it will help you understand that. Third is threat hunting. All right, how we were hunting as of now, we were running the KQL queries and figuring it out what is wrong with our environment. Here, you need not to run or build any query. You simply need to ask Copilot to search across your environment for suspicious activities, right? And it will help you understand like all failed login attempts in last 24 hours. You need to ask right questions to the Copilot because it is all about the prompt. Even if you go to the Copilot page, if I'll show you, if I could, yeah, this was the Copilot. If I come here, go to home, this is securitycopilot.microsoft.com prompts. It's all about prompts. These are prompts. What group is app name assigned to, cloud architecture, all these things. These are the prompts. You just click on this, this will come here, and you need to ask this to the Copilot. Right, we'll talk about prompt a little bit, but here first we need to understand what all we can do with the help of Security Copilot. So you understand, it's saving a lot of time for us. No need to even learn KQL as of now. You can simply ask the Copilot. You can ask about the security posture, okay, which means Copilot tells you how strong or weak your current security setup is and where are the gaps, right? So in this situation, when you ask how is our security posture, Copilot reply your security score, your whether your MFA is not enabled for some percentage of user are using it, servers are missing critical patches. All that reporting that you see on the Defender, you can easily get information from here, right? You only need to ask. Then we have, it will help us in creating reports as well. Okay, what kind of report? Copilot writes easy to read summaries and presentation, great for non-technical audience. That is the USP here. You need not to be a hardcore technical guy. You just simply ask, summarize the top 3 security incidents this week for my manager, and Copilot will give you the 3 incidents. For example, malware detected, unusual logging, or some DLP issue 1, 2, and 3. You need more data, you simply ask the Copilot and it will provide you all that data. All right. So I just write down 5. There could be many more things, but all will fall under these 5. So incident response, analyst can easily, Copilot can easily explain the attacks and tell you what to do next. Right. In script and log analysis, it turns the complicated or scary code into a simple English that you can easily understand. In threat hunting, it will help you who did what and when, and help you understand, help you hunt. And in security posture, it will help you find the security score and the things that needs to be taken care of, like weak spots. And in creating reports, it build easy summaries and slides for your management. No need to be hardcore techie or tech jargons needed in the reports. Right. So we understood what is Copilot. It is AI powered security assistant. It is a helper. It is a chatbot who is aware of cybersecurity. And the best part is it is connected to our environment and we can ask about our environment. We can get help from incident to script to threat to security, all these things. Now, if you're wondering how can we get it, well, there is two experience. One is this, I'll show you, then I'll write it down here. This, the web portal, which is securitycopilot.microsoft.com. Right. If you go to your Azure portal, you also have Copilot on the edge. This Copilot is not the security Copilot, it is the general Copilot, right? That we have in like Edge. But this is a security Copilot where you have all those plugins for different products. You can enable those plugins and you can have the holistic information about your environment. But there is also some, because I don't have much security thing in my environment, that's why I'm showing you this. It is also, you can also find this under embedded experience, which means it is there in that particular product like Defender XDR. Here you can see Security Copilot. You can ask Copilot to write all those things or help you hunting advance, right? And this Copilot you needs to enable on your subscription or tenant, right? So we need to explain here a little bit. We have two types of uh, security copilot here. First, we can work through web, right? Which is security copilot microsoft.com, right? And there is embedded, which is product specific. Example, Sentinel. So if you're asking questions about Sentinel, specific to Sentinel, and this copilot is embedded in the product, you can ask there. But that particular copilot or your questions is not the holistic about the entire environment. In that situation, you come to your web and you enable the plugins so that it can gather data from multiple sources in your environment, and then you can have the holistic view. Right. And to enable this Copilot and to run it, there must be something which will give power to it, right? Because you are running queries, but at the back end, there we need a computing power to process those query and answer you. That thing is taken care by SCU. It is not license based, it is SCU. What does it mean, SCU? SCU simply means security compute units. Security compute units. Okay. And when you create the capacity in the portal, you need to select it. Now, the recommended by MS is 3 units. But if you are new, you want to test it, you can test with the one. Now, one SCU, if I say one SCU is will cost you near about $4 per hour. Okay, whether you use it or you don't use it. So it is not pay as you go, it's provisioned, so you have to pay for it, right? That's how it is. All right, so let me write is down here. Compute power. So SCU will give the power to your Copilot to run all those query on your environment. If I come to Azure portal right here, I come here, I type capacity security copilot. What happened? Right here. Set up your copilot capacity. Now here you need to give the name. We can call it something like capacity for demo. We have limited regions here. It's fine. We can select US, and if the location is busy, allow Copilot to evaluate prompts anywhere in the world. That is fine. Recommended for optimum performance. Now, security compute units per hour, 1. You can have more than 1. The minimum is 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I say 1, you see it is $2880 per month. So it's not cheap. It's very expensive, it seems like, right? Because if you have very big environment, very complex environment, you need more than one. Even AMS recommends 3, right? So you need to acknowledge this and review and create. It will take some time and we will have the capacity with us. Now the interesting part is when you create your capacity, maybe in your lab, if you are not working in the organization's lab, uh, in your lab you would not be able to log into the Copilot. I'll show you. It will take a minute or two, then I'll explain you why. Deployed. Let me go to view resource. Here you can see our resource is deployed, right? Now here it say one more step is required to complete the setup. Go to portal and complete the setup. If I click, if I try to log in with my ID at live.com, it will deny me because you cannot log in with your local account. You have to have personal account or work or school account instead, which means if you guys are using your personal lab and MSDN, it maybe it will not work, or Visual Studio it will not work. So what I did, I just created one account. I went to enter ID, I created a user and give it a access on the subscription and on the AD Copilot, this guy. And then I tried to access with the help of Copilot and I was able to access our, sorry, right here, Copilot, Microsoft.com. All right, so I'm in Security Copilot. And now here on the web portal, I need to select the capacity that we have created in our Azure portal. So that whatever prompt we run here, it will utilize this capacity because capacity is going to give them the compute power. And now you can talk to the Copilot here. All right, done. Now here you see all these are the prompts. Now if you're wondering, because prompts is something which is very important, we should know what is a good prompt. So how can we know what is a good prompt? Well, we need to be specific, use clear context. Example, show failed login attempt on server A from last 24 hours, which means uh, we added the details like user duration system, which means a good prompt. Copilot will not bother other data, only the specific data, more precise, more relevant answers. So why this prompt is good? Because specific action, failed login attempt, target system is server A, time per frame is last 24 hours. Similarly, as you can see, all these are the prompts which is already there, built it, inbuilt, that you can use for your security copilot. Security copilot. You can say what group is app name assigned to, list best practices, list common cloud security. Click any of these and you ping here and it will replied by the copilot. As you can see, there is a session going on. This is my session and it will take some time and it will reply. From here you can usage the monitoring here, there you go, right? From here we can usage the monitoring, how much compute that we have used. You can add more capacity here as well. 0 of 1 unit is consumed as of now, right? Here, this will help you understand whether the one is enough or not. All right, here are the plugins. So I think we are good with the getting familiar phase. We know what is Copilot. We know what all we can do with the Copilot. We also know it comes in the two flavors. One is web, security copilot microsoft.com, and you cannot log in here with your personal account. You need to have a on microsoft.com account if you are using your lab or the your work account. Another one is embedded, which is in your product, as I showed you in the XDR. So in your product will have the information, limited information related to that product, log, data and all. If you need the holistic view, you need to enable the plugin in the web and you can have that information. And it will be powered by SCU, which is Security Compute Unit. We can start with one. Recommended is three, $4 per hour. I hope this session is informative, and now you guys are familiar with Copilot, Security Copilot to be specific. Well, thank you for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.